Hello and welcome to Schreiber News Network. I'm Ryan Baxter.
And I'm Evan Ang. Just around the corner, we have Landmark Slam, not Schreiber Slam, coming up on March 23rd. Here's Baxter on that.
I'm here with the human weapon, Mr. Matina. Landmark Slam is approaching. What can we expect this year?
Well, you know, it is in some ways a continuation of the old Schreiber Slam, but it also is something that's brand new. Being teacher in the building, the teachers, the TAs, the EAs, we all have a really unique understanding of what the kids find special about the school and special about being part of the community. And when we were told we couldn't do it this year in the high school, I had to find some way to keep it alive. So CEP Wrestling and some of the teachers here decided we're going to take the show on the road. Not too far away. It's just right across from the library on Main Street at the Landmark. And you could expect some of the same hard-hitting action.
Looking at the characters that are in it this year, what's the relationship looking like with you and Dixon?
So Dixon and I had our last match actually in September. We wrestled for the National Wrestling Alliance. I wrestled him for the CEP heavyweight title. And I had him beat. So I didn't take the match probably as seriously as I should have. But I did come in pretty good shape, and I had him beat. I had him tapping out. The referee was not conscious at the time, and he didn't see it. So Dixon, he put me on the table, and he got the ladder dive this time, and he pinned me. So this is it. I think this is the last time we're gonna tangle up, and I'm looking to put him away for good this time.
And what can we expect in the future with you guys?
Well, doing Landmark Slam, what we're really hoping for is for it to be a big success and a lot of fun for the community again. And we're hoping for the right school organization or community organization to help us get it back where it belongs, which is right back in the Schreiber gym.
Well, we are very excited for March 23rd. Everybody, if you can make it, please show up. It'll be a great event. And thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you.
I'm here with Isaiah Clemens, Long Island champion. Isaiah, you had a double-double in today's game. How does this feel?
It feels amazing. You know, I'm glad I can bring this beautiful trophy home to Washington and the town.
Looking back on the play right over here, Ryan Shanahan dives out of bounds, hits you back inside. What's going through your head?
I got to get this ball and got to put it in the basket. And as soon as we pour the basket, we got to go back on defense.
Now you guys are heading on to Binghamton. What's your mindset going into the future?
Take it one day at a time. We get to mentally and physically prepare ourselves for this amazing opportunity that we were given.
All right, that's all we want from you. Go enjoy yourself with your teammates, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Evan, I understand you were on this year's ski trip. Tell me a little bit about that.
I sure was. It was a lot of fun. There were some slopes that, weren't so great, but I enjoyed my time there. Also, Baxter, I heard that there was a fire happening at Schreiber at the same time.
There was. It was a really interesting day, to say the least. We have team coverage on that. Here we go.
I'm here with Principal Dr. Bear. Dr. Bear, can you give us a little rundown on what happened with the fire at our school a couple weeks ago?
Sure. So just before a February break, we had an incident where there was a fire and we had to evacuate the building. So just as we would do for any fire drill protocols, we went through the building, including any of the classrooms, any of the student restrooms, faculty areas, to ensure that the building was really evacuated. Since it was cold outside that day, our first priority was to make sure that we could clear one area of the building to have people come inside as quickly as possible. And that was the back area of the school, so including the big gym and the new gym. That's why you were housed in that area. So as we really tried to make sure that the building was safe for occupancy, it really requires a team effort. So we had the fire department here, police department here, and emergency services, just to make sure that everybody was safe. It does require us to have clearance to go into other parts of the building. So there was some delay to make sure that we were okay to go into the rest of our school day with a truncated schedule. So since then, we have some protocols that we're putting in place to make sure that all of the fire systems are tested through Thanksgiving break, for example, the December break, February break. And then when we do fire drills in the fall and in the spring, we test the fire system by using the pull stations to make sure that everything is working properly.
Great, thank you.
I'm here with Mr. Fontano, who was teaching during the fire. Mr. Fontano, how did you feel like it was handled with the fire alarms not necessarily working in the school, and then you had to move your students out of your classroom?
For sure. I just want to comment that I am really happy with the way the students operated during the time. I think the students behaved very, very appropriately. I think overall behaved very well. Obviously, you always have goofballs here and there, but for the most part, I think it was really well done. And I think administration handled it about as best they could. I know when the alarm first went off, some of my students got text messages that something might have been happening. I popped my head outside, heard the alarm in the other part of the building, figured it was a fire alarm where the alarm just wasn't going off, and they evacuated. But I can see why it was so confusing, with so many kids running around, the system's not working. I can really see that was a hard time. And overall, I'm really happy with how we handled it, made the best of a bad situation.
If this were to happen again, which obviously, hopefully it does not, but if it were to happen again, would there be something that you wish was handled differently, or you would say this was handled well, and I think that this should be our operation moving forward?
Sure. I think it's hard to plan for something like this, especially when it's so out of the blue. I think maybe a system in place where something like Parent Square could have been used to maybe keep people a little more informed of what was happening, maybe let people know what was going on, maybe just to kind of, decrease tensions a little bit. 'Cause I think people were very confused during it. So a little bit of information can go a long way. But again, we have only a handful of administrators juggling, hundreds and hundreds of kids. I can see why that can be so tough, but I hope in the future we work towards something like that.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. I'll see Mr. Matina at Schreiber Slam when I crush him. Landmark Slam when I crush him.
I'm here with Zach Miller, who's a student at Schreiber High School. Zach, you are also a volunteer firefighter. So what was your reaction to the fire here at the school?
Can I hold this?
Yeah, you got it.
I was actually pretty appalled with what was going on at our school. I thought it was pretty crazy how a student at our own school could vandalize the property and set fire to our school, putting many students in danger.
What are your thoughts on how the school was able to handle it, get people out into safety? Some people went out to Weber and then came back in, and then others went to the gym where they remained for most of the day. So how do you think that the school handled it?
I thought it was all right. They did the best they could. However, it was a little messy. It's pretty hard to get all the students together in a safe manner. I think sending them to Weber was a little bit silly, quite silly. And I also think that keep people in the gym, could have gone home. Many other things could have been done. So I think that, however, they did a great job.
Thank you so much for your time. And we're going to get out of there safely next time.
Thank you so much.
Evan, I understand you took a look at a couple more clubs. Tell me a little bit about that.
I'm here with Isabel, board member on Key Club and Full Support. I guess like a combo club duo. What can you tell me about Key Club for starters?
Well, Key Club is a great club for anybody looking to be involved in their community. All of our events are community-based, and we really work to send volunteers that care so they can help out with community members that care.
That's good. What can you tell me about Full Support?
Full Support is really all about making mental health more accessible. And this doesn't just mean focusing on mental illness education, which is important, but understanding that taking care of our own mental health on a daily basis is something that we can all work to do together.
Yeah, as we go skiing.
That's all from us here for SNN 12, and we'll see you guys next time.